Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Sitting in for Pinky Webb, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on the program, the SIM registration law takes effect today, but a lawmaker warns of a new online scam ahead of the rollout of the registration process. And telcos urge to ensure a smooth and comfortable SIM registration process. Globe Telecom Head of Regulatory Development and Strategy, Manny Estrada, and the Smart PLDT First Vice President and Corporate Communications Head, Cathy Yang, join us in the program. SIM registration for prepaid users starts today, and telcos are warning the public against possible scammers looking to get hold of mobile phone users' personal data. Our senior correspondent, AC Nichols, has the details.
As the SIM registration law takes effect, all prepaid SIM card users are supposed to register basic information with telecommunication companies. While all postpaid subscribers are automatically considered registered, they may still receive a message to confirm or update the information they initially provided their mobile service provider. Authorities call on the public to do so as soon as possible, hoping the whole process will be completed within the next 6 months.
We assure the public that we at the NTC shall be untiring and relentless until such point that we achieve the laudable goals and aspirations of this encompassing piece of legislation.
The National Telecommunications Commission admits it has received reports of circulating text messages with scammers sending fake links for SIM registration. Telcos warn their customers not to give their information through these text messages, reminding everyone that SIM registration will go through their website or mobile application.
Huwag pong mag-register sa mga text. Iwasan po natin yan para hindi maloko. Kasi sa ngayon pa lang, ang dami ng nagkukunwari na nagaling daw sa telco na pwede na raw mag-register kahit hindi pa effective yung registration portal. So, kailangan po maging mapagbatsyag tayo na huwag, gaya ng dati, huwag po mag-click sa mga pinapadalang text messages.
For Globe users, go to their official website to register. And later on, a link to redirect them to the proper page will also be made available on the Globe One mobile app. The same applies to Smart Communications subscribers. Go straight to their website and avoid clicking on links sent through text messages. Users can go to Smart stores as well in case they encounter any difficulty in the registration process. For those who subscribe to Dito Telecommunity, SIM registration can only be accomplished through their mobile app, where a message or prompt will be sent to remind existing users to go ahead and register.
Kung bago ka, pagka-insert mo ng SIM mo sa phone mo at pagka-on mo ng mobile data, yung unang-unang makukuha mo doon ay link. That's the only thing that you will get. You're not going to get text messages, nothing. It's just that link. Pag-click mo, redirect ka na kaagad and register ka na kaagad.
To encourage subscribers to register, Dito says they will give out 2 GB worth of mobile data to users who will accomplish the registration form. The Interior and Local Government Department will help spread information about the SIM registration, especially in the provinces and remote communities.
Magkakaroon po tayo ng establishment ng registration facilities para sa mga komunidad na nasa remote area. So nakikipagtulungan po kami ngayon with DICT and NTC rin po para ma-fast track po yung pagbuo nito at dapat ay matapos po sa loob ng 60 days pagkatapos ng Disyembre 27.
The Justice Department, meantime, believes the new law will help trace or prevent certain crimes where prepaid lines are typically used as a tool, such as extortion, kidnap for ransom, and child pornography. AC Nichols, CNN Philippines.
Let's go straight to the source of the story. Globe Telecom Head of Regulatory Development and Strategy, Manny Estrada, joins us on the program. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Mai, and good morning to our viewers today.
Thank you.
So welcome and very cool morning, and I hope that we will have a very fine day today. So go ahead, Mai.
Yes, I hope you've had a Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining us on the show. Today is the start of the SIM registration process. So you've had weeks to prepare. Is your system ready for the influx of applicants, and how many are you expecting?
Today we have already launched the website. It's live as of 12 midnight this morning, very early morning. And we are ready much to accept registrations, except that at the moment, we understand that our customers are having difficulties trying to access the website. We have a hypercare technical unit backing it up and making sure that the registration process goes on seamlessly.
Well, yes, users have been reporting a server error. Others are saying na-redirect po sila sa ibang page once they press yung register now. So what are your contingency plans for this today?
Yes, we do have contingency plans for that, and our people are actually working on it as we speak. And we hope to be able to get back on track with the registration anytime today.
Well, again, for how many applicants are you expecting for prepaid users?
For the prepaid users, it's about 86 million customers that we have expecting to register on the system, actually, and we are very much ready for that as soon as we're able to iron out some of the challenges that we're currently experiencing on the site.
Well, can you take us through the process? What is step one?
Step one is for the existing customers to be able to log in to our site. There's a link that we have on our webpage for that one. This is the newglobe.sim.com.ph/simreg. And once they're able to do that, there's a new portal or the new webpage that will open up. And it's a very user-friendly. You can actually just simply input your information, registration information on that site, and then once you're able to click the submit button, then you will get back an SMS text, a one-time SMS text, which allows you to get the registration number and then advises you to wait for further instructions. But this is actually how it is. We expect that the activation of the registration comes on within the next couple of hours.
Well, of course, there are those that don't have a capacity to register online, or sometimes they have poor internet signal. What should they do, sir?
For that, we will be preparing assistance for them. There is a process that we have actually started to look into, and it's actually ready, and we're just testing it out so that then we'll be able to assist the customers, especially in the areas where we have full internet connection. And with that, we will be working also with the NTC and the DICT and the local government to help us set up those registration sites, especially in areas where there is a poor internet connection.
Again, how long is the registration process? Tsaka kung may error po, what can users do? Can they just try and try?
No, the registration process should be completed in about 4 to 5 minutes once it goes on successfully. In case they encounter any errors, we would like to advise them not to continue trying and just wait for a few minutes and then to try again, so that hopefully the registration will push through and complete itself.
Now let's go to the postpaid subscribers. How many users are you expecting, and can you compare the process between the prepaid and the process for the postpaid users?
For the existing postpaid users, we are about 2.5 million whereabouts, and they are already information is already available with us securely in our systems. What is needed to be done is for us to confirm later on with the postpaid customers if there are any changes in their information, because it's also important that they keep their information with us updated, and we will be advising them about this as we go through the registration process. For the new customers naman, regardless of whether they are postpaid or prepaid, then the registration has to be done at the time that you get your SIM. For the new postpaid customers, it's pretty much no change in how we're processing it right now. When they buy their postpaid line, they will be asked to verify information, submit the information, such as their name, their address, present an ID, and then that goes to the registration portal already. For the prepaid, it's very much similar to what we are encountering now with the postpaid. So at the point of sale, they will be requested to register, and in fact, they will be able to register online as well.
Well, of course, many have been urging that the process should be convenient, inclusive, and secure. We'll be talking about that after this short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Maya Rodriguez. Our source today, Globe Telecom Head of Regulatory Development and Strategy, Manny Estrada. So we were talking about how you can make sure that the registration process is secure, aside from being convenient and inclusive for all. So how do you make sure that their personal data will be secure?
Well, first of all, the Globe Telecom has been very concerned about security, especially of the data, personal information for our customers ever since. In fact, we are ISO 27001 certified. We have enterprise-wide certifications under integrated management systems. We are including ISO 23301 for business continuity management. We do have information and data security process as accredited also under the ISO 9001 for quality management systems, and including IT service management under ISO 20000-1. On top of that, we have invested heavily on securing the information of our customers. And other than this, we employ third-party pen testers or penetration testers to make sure that our systems are well secured from any of these vulnerable attacks or attacks on our systems.
Well, that's a lot of personal data. You're talking about 86 to 87 million prepaid subscribers,
Yes.
and you've said 2.5 million for postpaid. Now, tell us, what is your advice for those who are not tech savvy?
Well, first of all, for those who are not tech savvy, rest assured that we are taking care of your information and that this will not be shared with any other parties. That's the first one. The second one is we have designed our registration portal so that these are user-friendly, and anyone who was actually registered online for something else, like for your Lazada or your Gmail or your GCash, will find this very much the same. And we will be there to assist you should you have any questions about the registration process as well.
Well, speaking of giving assistance to those who are having trouble registering their information, do you have enough manpower to handle the concerns, especially for the server error that you've been encountering today?
Yes, we actually have established a hypercare organization just for this, as we specified yesterday to the National Telecommunications Commission and the CICC. There's a whole team of people, both technical and customer engagement people, who are there to make sure that we're able to pull off and complete this SCR SIM card registration process as seamlessly and effortlessly for our customers as possible.
Well, you've said the process takes around 4 to 5 minutes. And then after that, what is the turnaround time for the SIM to be registered? I mean, how can one check if their registration status?
You will be able to check your registration status using the messages that we will send out. Other than the advice for you that you have successfully registered, then we expect that the turnaround time will be the same turnaround time as we have currently for postpaid, even for the prepaid. No? And at the same time, please note that if you're an existing customer, the moment that you have received the registration notification, then it's practically sure that you have been completely registered and that your service will continue as seamlessly.
Is there a different process, or are there other requirements needed for foreign nationals or for tourists that are registering their SIM cards?
Yes, for foreign tourists and nationals that are in the country, first you will be asked to register your SIM card, and with that you will be need to you are required to provide your passport information. You'll also be required to show us your proof of the proof of address where you will be staying during your stay in the Philippines. No, and that should be about it. Those only two. You will have to prepare you will have to register first. The registration will require you to provide your passport details, and then you will be asked your proof of residence while you stay in the Philippines.
Okay, so let us just clarify for the users, if the SIM of those who will not register within the given period will be deactivated, right? So if the SIM is deactivated, what happens to their existing load?
For your existing load, for those that have been deactivated, then the load is associated with the SIM card itself, with the number of the SIM card, so that then if the SIM card is activated, then the load is actually expires, no? So it's no longer there. You can no longer recover the load that's there.
And also for the SIM that may be reactivated, they can only be reactivated only after registering, but not later than 5 days after deactivation. I hope users are informed about these rules for the SIM registration process.
Yes, they are. And that's the reason why there's this 5-day period already.
Okay, finally.
After the April period.
Yes, finally, for a former minor who wants to transfer their ownership from his guardian to himself, what would be the process for that?
Well, first of all, no, the guardian has to apply for the changes in the information that the SIM is being transferred to the minor. And then the minor, hopefully he is no longer a minor, has to register again with his own personal information, no longer that of the guardian.
Right. Thank you for your time this morning, Globe Telecom Head of Regulatory Development and Strategy, Mr. Manny Estrada. We will be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Our source today, Smart PLDT First Vice President and Corporate Communications Head, Cathy Yang. Good morning, Cathy. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Mai. Thank you for the invite.
All right, this is the first day of the SIM registration process. How many users are you expecting to register their SIM cards, and how is it like this morning? Is it very busy already?
Super busy. We're getting heavy traffic, Mai, and it's great news for us because that means na mainit ang pagtanggap nitong SIM registration process and enacted in the law. It's all systems go since this morning, very early morning at about 37 a.m. Manila time. We've been able to open the SIM registration portal. We're talking about 70 million subscribers. So that's a lot, Mai.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got at least 67 million prepaid subscribers, and 3 million of that, the balance is postpaid subscribers. So we've got a two-pronged process that we're instituting today for all the subscribers to ensure safe, simple, and a rewarding, inclusive experience in registering. If I could just share, it's a simple click into smart.com.ph/simreg. Again, it's smart.com.ph/simreg. We've put everything in this portal to ensure that if you're a subscriber who's probably somewhere around the world, you can still register because you can go online to do what you have to do under the law. But you can also capture our QR code. If you've been able to go through EDSA this morning, we've pasted the biggest QR code in our billboard along Guadalupe. To be able to capture that would give you access to the SIM registration portal. But that's all for the prepaid subscribers, Mai.
Yeah.
We also have those postpaid subscribers, and the process is a little bit different, but it's just as easy. We are going to send an SMS to everyone, to all the 3 million postpaid subscribers. And then all we have to do is text yes. to
All right.
5858. Yes, because this will give us the permit or the yung pahintulot na tinatawag for us to be able to get the information and use that data and information to register.
It's
your
quite
SIM.
easier
Because
for-
this is in respect, of the
Yeah,
data
for
privacy
postpaid.
law because.
Yeah. Well,
Because we
you
want to
mentioned
make sure that our subscribers don't feel that their data's been taken away from them without their consent.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the heavy traffic already this morning, and there are those who are commenting on our. Those who are commenting online that they've had repeated tries already on your system. What are your contingency plans for that?
Yes, because of that heavy traffic from 7 a.m. Manila time, we have experienced the need to increase capacity. And that's exactly what we're doing right now to ensure that they'd be able to access their sites without fail. So please bear with us. This is the first time that we're doing this in the history of the telco industry. To register everybody's SIMs is a first time experience for us. So we appreciate the feedback and we are working on this. In the meantime, yes, you can keep trying, but if you feel like you need some help, you can go to our smart stores. So the malls are opening right now in the Philippines, or you could visit FB Messenger. We have an FB Messenger. We have the Giga Life app, and we have a couple of hotline numbers that I could share right now. Pwede po silang tabawag sa *888 if you're a smart or TNT mobile user, or if you're using a landline, you can dial 02-8888-1111. Someone on the back end of the line is going to help you with the registration process if you're still having a difficult time right now.
Okay, so just be very patient today, especially, right? You're talking about 70 million subscribers for Smart PLDT. 67 million of those are prepaid. Now, let's talk about for those who are not Filipino citizens, are there another set of requirements needed for foreign nationals or for those tourists who are registering their SIM cards?
Right. If we're talking about the foreign tourists, there is a different set of requirements that we need from them. And that would mean registering tourists as well as foreign national SIMs. So the requirements are all the same. The same meaning, if you're registering as a local, then you would have to give your birthday, your full name, complete address, gender, selfie photo, and then the valid government-issued ID. So that's for the locals. And it's very important that you have a government ID with a photo in it to be able to verify your identity with the selfie photo that you will take with your own mobile phone. But going to the tourists and foreign nationals, they also have to submit their nationality. So that's one of the differing requirements for the foreign nationals. Apart from that, we'll need their passport information, the proof of address in the Philippines, and most importantly, the return ticket. For the foreign nationals with other types of visas, we will be needing from them the alien employment permit, alien certificate of registration, and other documents.
Well, while connectivity is crucial to our daily lives, and there are many benefits to this law, the real concerns on data privacy is also there. So what measures are you taking to make sure that personal information won't get stolen?
Yes, first and foremost, Smart can assure that the data that we get from our customers are going to be kept in a safe and secure system, a safe and secure platform. Secondly, we have given great thought to the Data Privacy Act that we have to abide by. So we've made sure that we first ask our subscriber consent. That is the reason why the process is a little bit maybe layered, if you will. You have to text yes. Yes means permit to 5858 to use all your information to enable the SIM registration process. We value the data privacy that each of our subscribers have, and we want to make sure that we follow this to the law. So we're also asking for people's cooperation, because if they don't register their SIM, then we won't be able to help them. Their SIMs will get deactivated. That's under the law as well, Mai. So they have to do their part as subscribers. But the worst part is once it gets deactivated, all the balances, the remaining balances get forfeited, and we would be unable to use or get those balances back. So it's quite a chore if you do let your SIM get deactivated.
Yes. Well, Cathy, we have a minute left, so very quickly, is there any limit to the number of SIMs you can register under your name?
Not at all. It's limitless. In fact, this is one of the defining provisions of the law. You can register as much as you want, the number of SIMs, but the thing is, you have to make sure that all the data you input is accurate, because you're going to be faced with a fine or maybe even imprisonment or both, and that's under the SIM registration law. But I do want to encourage everybody of the 70 million plus subscribers for both postpaid and prepaid to register their SIMs. You don't have to wait 180 days. Register it now. This is simple, convenient, and inclusive. This is already past the SIM registration process of cybersecurity checks. That we can assure you. We've had those data privacy checks as well. So subscribers, do not hesitate. Your data is safe, and it's our advocacy to provide that consumer protection for both adults and children. That's the reason why we're having this, is to protect our children online and to ensure that the fraudsters stay away from kids, because, you know, our identities have been verified. So this is an added help for our cybersecurity efforts to stop all those Ozaic cases or the online sexual abuse and exploitation of children that we're seeing right now happening in our society.
Well, you have been very helpful today. Thank you for your time, Cathy.
Oh, thank you so much for the time as well.
And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Mai Rodriguez. You're watching CNN Philippines.